Great. Okay, so we're live? We're live. Okay, that's good news. Hi, my name is So. I am the owner and founder and CEO of BusinessWorks. Now, you're here watching tip number 2. And this is going to be exciting because today's conversation in the series of tips on business and how you can grow and make profits is about understanding the overwhelm of overthinking. Now, this is interesting because here's a big challenge we've seen. One of the biggest challenges for most entrepreneurs and small business owners is this constant issue of thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and overthinking options of how to keep improvising the business. Now, it's interesting because when you think about mastering something, yes, it's important to learn something new that can help you become successful. Whether it's to do with a process or a policy, or whether it's to do with your recruiting staff members, or whether it's to do with a new sales technique, or whether it's with marketing. Yeah, as a business owner and an entrepreneur, it's important for you to go and research and do your mastery on those skills. But the biggest challenge for most business owners is this. Every time they get into something new or they learn something and they think they master it, they get stuck because they don't go ahead with making a decision. And because they don't make a decision, they can't continue with action. So what happens is there's this constant cycle. It's like a vicious cycle of looking into the options they have, and then they get overwhelmed because they're just constantly thinking which way to go, which one to pick and which one to use. And before you know it, they're just completely overwhelmed. So one of the challenges that we work on, and by the way, when you come to my event, you will notice that we go deep dive, and we really, for 3 days, we go into the total immersion of understanding how to rip that apart and go into a state from overthinking to action taking, so that overwhelm completely disappears and now you get excited. So you go from overwhelm to excitement. Now that's a fantastic place to be. Anyway, so going back to the point I'm making here, your tip for today, you have to understand this. If you want to get over this overwhelm of thinking and getting into a paralysis due to too much analysis, the one thing you want to do is this. You want to stop, you want to look at all your options in front of you, and you just need to literally pick one. You pick one and you run with it, because the moment you run with it, you are now following the principle which makes most entrepreneurs successful. The Steve Jobs of the world, the Richard Bransons of the world, the Jeff Bezos of the world. These guys understood one thing: lots of options, pick one, take action, and imperfect action. And that way, what you're doing is you're progressing. And the moment you start progressing, you're stepping away from perfection. And I'll tell you something that my coach taught me. Perfection is one of the lowest. In fact, it is the lowest standard you can ever set for yourself. And if you keep focusing on trying to get things perfect, you are now setting a standard of mediocrity. And mediocrity is a very low standard. Now that's why many business owners and entrepreneurs can get overwhelmed with this overthinking. And plus they also get completely anxious and they don't know what to do. And then before they know it, they're not taking any action and nothing's happening in the business. So your job today is this. You're going to go and pick one thing that you've looked at, one of the options, something that you've studied, something that you've mastered, and you're going to take action. You're going to make that decision and say, right, I'm going to go ahead with it. It's going to be completely imperfect, and I'm going to make sure it's progression over perfection. Progression over perfection. That's your mantra. Repeat after me. Progression over perfection. That's right. That's something you need to say every morning, every night. And the moment we get stuck, all we have to do is say this mantra: progression over perfection. And then every step you take, like one of my coaches said to me, say the word success. So you just say success, 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 success. And then you're training yourself now to move into a state of absolute certainty of action and success. That's what you want. You want to feel confident. You want that certainty that there's something going to come out of it, as opposed to feeling overwhelmed and no excitement at all, right? So I'm going to wrap this up really well. I want you to listen to this again. Stop getting overwhelmed. Start focusing on getting excited. How are you going to do that? Choose one item on your list of options and you're going to apply it and take action and get excited. And remember the mantra, what I said to you before. It's progression over perfection. This is Sohan from BusinessWorks. You're in the zone with the tips that we're talking about growing your business. Get tuned, stay tuned, take action, get excited, and remember, your results are completely in your hands. Make that happen. I'll see you in the next episode.